man. Let's take us back all the way to senior year of Mountain Brook. Tell us about your journey coming to Auburn and kind of pretty much how you got to where you are today. I know it's a broad question, but like I'm very interested to see, like, did you think that as a senior in high school at Mountain Brook, in the cold slums of Mountain Brook, did you think that you would be the Lior Berman that everyone, the crowd favorite, everyone loves today?
Yeah, it's actually funny. My after my senior year of high school, I was thinking like, am I just gonna go to college, be a regular student, or am I gonna continue the game of basketball? It didn't take me long to decide that that's what I wanted to do, and was fortunate enough to get a spot on Auburn basketball. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go for a while, but ended up meeting with Coach Pearl late in the summer, and it just felt right. So he told me I had a spot on the team, and so I took it. And since then, it's just been a great journey, working through each year. So yeah, it's been good continuing the journey.
And what a lot of people don't know is for about 4 years, you were one of our top two hardest workers on the team. Like, where did that work ethic? Where did you when did you find that work ethic, and how did you kind of just adjust over the years, becoming, like I said, Lior Berman today?
Yeah, I'd always say, I had a pretty good work ethic in high school. I worked hard, but it wasn't until I got to college where I was like, I gotta get a lot better if I want to, help the team, if I want to have a chance to play. So I really think it started by just, that freshman year, seeing the seniors, how much it meant to them. And I knew I wanted to, contribute eventually. So I just had to figure out, what I needed to do to, have a chance. I had to get faster. People's hands were way faster. I had to get a better handle. I had to learn how to shoot farther away so I could get my shot off, just things like that. Just learning each year, stacking things on each other. And I just think through like consistency, that was important to me so I could always be right and ready.
Yeah, and that player development has been insane. People don't know, but Lior Berman was a four-man in high school, like undersized four-man, and now you are a two guard. So what a jump! What a jump!
You said it took you to get to college to realize that you needed to take your work ethic to the next level. But your high school team, it was no joke. Like you guys were state champions, played with guys that are currently in the NBA. Talk about the competition you had in high school with a competitive coach, with a competitive team in a competitive league.
Yeah, I mean, high school, I was fortunate to play under Bucky McMillan, a great coach. And, I like to say that, a lot of my work ethic came from that. He was really intense. Our practices were hard, just running up and down, but just more like mentally, like, can you keep going longer than your opponent? Just keep hitting them. Things like that. So, yeah, I was fortunate enough to play with some great teammates and play on some great teams. We won 3 state championships, so that was awesome. So yeah, we definitely played some great competition, traveling some tournaments like City of Palms and things like that. So yeah, there was some good competition then too. So yeah, definitely, that's a good point.
Yeah, because when you said that, I was like, well, he did have guys in the NBA on his high school team. So I wonder
Yeah.
what the competition was like then, but you bumped it up. And obviously, you were looking sort of all over the board at colleges. Coaches were coming to you saying Division II, like high Division II, low Division I. What was it that stuck out most about Auburn? Why did you end up picking Auburn as the school that you were going to go play at?
Yeah, so I had some D2 interest and D3. That was a lot of my interest. Didn't really have too much D1 um, options, but I always liked watching Coach Pearl, his passion and just like how he cares for the game. And something about it was appealing to me, And so, I was just like, I want to have a chance, So I talked to my high school coach and he set some things up. So I just went there, with open mind and um, yeah, just meeting with Coach Pearl and Stephen Pearl. I remember it was me and my parents, and we just met with them for like an hour. If like it was just a long meeting, and it just felt right. Like as soon as I left, like on the way back, I was like, yeah, that's definitely where I want to go. So that and just the education of Auburn, how it is as a school, just made me feel like it was the best decision.
And there are a lot of high school players that were probably in similar spots to you, that had the D2, D3 interest, but obviously whose goal was to play Division I. Talk about the walk-on spot because that's a thing that I feel like can be misunderstood in a lot of different contexts. Like, because everybody wants to be that walk-on that plays for their
Yeah.
hometown school or the school in their state. But walk-ons, like, tell me about your experience as a walk-on and really what it entailed.
Yeah, so coming out of high school, where I would, start and play, and then go into college where I came on as a walk on. I kind of had to change my mindset.
Probably weird.
Yeah, so it was a challenge at first, but I was also just happy to be at Auburn. It was a great school, great team that I was on my freshman year. But really, I was just focusing on trying to make the team better and doing what I can, in practice, trying to emulate a player who we're going to play, and just little things like that. So always in the back of my head, I'm like eventually I want to play, but I was okay with just trying to help the team in any way as possible. And that's something that you kind of have to take as a walk on. And through that process, you get better as a player too. So you just kind of got to use everything to your advantage, take all the opportunities, learn as much as you can. Because, eventually it should pay off if, you keep consistent.